In this alternative, we're going to assume that the character will be showing through that these are the character's hands, or as soon as they're sculpted a lot better, they will be the character's hands. Maybe this person is wearing a short sleeve shirt and shorts instead of pants, but boots. Let's go follow the process of selecting faces, but instead of separating the faces and splitting them away from the object, we're going to leave the object intact and just build different pieces over the person. The next step would be to use sculpting to define the areas of these articles of clothing, the uniform, and then finally using Boolean to merge it all together, so then you could continue on sculpting. To show this, go to Edit Mode, Face, right there. Turn on X-ray, so I get the faces on the back. I'm going to hold down the Alt key and rotate the viewport slightly. So rotate and Alt key. This way it's flat. And it's easier to select 90 degrees like this. So this will be the boot, and then the character is wearing shorts. It's hot in space in some places. You need shorts. Selecting these faces, holding down the Shift D to duplicate, and then right-clicking to release this duplicate exactly in the same spot. Pressing the P key to separate that duplication, and click on Selection. Going back to Object Mode, selecting just this new boot. So I'll double-click, and I'll just call this Boot. Apply the Solidify Modifier to the boot and increase the thickness. Turn off X-ray. I'll then mirror this boot to the other side, selecting the boot, applying mirror, and there's the two boots like this. I mentioned this character is wearing shorts, so let's do shorts or safety pants, whatever you want to call them. And this will be the skin poking through. I'll rotate around, make sure I don't have any stray faces, and nope, that was fine. Shift D for duplicating these faces. Right click so you don't move them, but if you want to move them, you can move something off there. That might be useful some other time, but when you right click, leave it in the place where they were duplicated from. Pressing the P key to separate them into their own object. Going to Object Mode. I'm going to select the name for it, and it's going to be Pants. Apply Solidify, and increase the thickness again. Out of the way, like this. One way will push inward, so if you want for example, the boots to be exactly the size they were, and you just want a hollow space on the inside, increase the thickness more. In the negative direction, it pushes out the thickness. Go back to the object mode. And this is before I'm applying Solidify. I only want to deal with one set of vertices instead of Solidify, which will give me a thickness. Go select Edit Mode, Tab. Go back to Object Mode, and with this object selected, click on it. Go back to Edit Mode, Tab, go to the vertex, which is the 1 key. Selecting a ring of vertices, which are down here. And it's a little easier to see with X-ray on. And another way to select a ring of vertices, which I didn't do because X-ray wasn't on, so that would have been it. That was quick. One quick swoop of the marquee selection. But select one vertex, shift click on another one, and then alt click on the third one, just so Blender understands direction. Next, going under Data, Object Data Properties, under Vertex Group, click the plus sign to make a new group. And I'll call this one Shirt. It's the Shirt group. I'm going to increase the weight to 1. The weight will be how much force to apply with whatever effect. 1 means 100%, 0.5 is 50%, and so you could do your own fall-off values. Right now I just have this one ring and at 100%. Once this is done, click on Assign, then go to Object Level, which is the Tab key. Next I'm going to select the shorts, and I'm going to apply the Solidify Modifier, like this. I'm going back to my shirt top, going back under Vertices, so Tab key. I'm going to scale them out. I'm going to apply a scale to them and both directions. So this way they're on the outside of the shorts. Pull it down a little bit. Going back to the object mode. Applying to the top the shrink wrap modifier from the vertex group. Select the shirt group, and for the target object, use the eyedropper to click on the pants. And there it is. Let me turn off X-ray. So now the shirt is wrapped onto the pants. It collides through because there's not enough vertices or faces to describe it. But it did a decent job. And it did a quicker job than selecting each vertex and dragging it to the surface and snapping them. I'm now going to apply this. Now I'll go back to edit mode. So the shrink wrap has been applied. Our vertices are still selected. I'm going to press the S key and just softly scale them upward. So just a little scale. And now it follows the contour right over there. I'll then select this ring of vertices. Let me go to X-ray mode like this. And since it's crimping a little bit, going to select that, press the S key, and just scale them out a little bit to lessen that sharp contour. All right, turn off X-ray. And that's how you do a tucked out shirt. Let me go back to object mode, making sure this is still selected. I'm going to turn on snap, and under the snap settings, going to have it snap to faces. Closest face is fine. Now going back to edit mode for the shirt, select a vertex, press the G key, and now it's going to snap to that face. I'm going to use the move tool like this, getting that arrowhead, and just pull it out. Now there's not enough bendiness around here, meaning I need another edge loop in order to stop things like this from happening. So let me hit undo, press Ctrl R, and there's the edge loop that's about to be inserted, and then I'll left click and just drag up and down. And when I let go, that's where the edge loop will be inserted. So I'm going to push this edge loop a little closer to the end, so this way there's new material. I could create a better bend with the character shirt. Press Ctrl R again in the edit mode. This is the projected edge loop. If I roll over a horizontal line, it's going to create this vertical edge loop. If I roll over a vertical line, it'll create an insert along the horizontal of the object, clicking and not letting go with the left mouse button and dragging a little lower as well. And then click to release. Now that that's done, I could go back and select this point Snap is still on. It's still on face mode. And I could drag this, and it's not going to poke through the face as much.